Alright guys, so today we're going to install a second screen right here in this Tesla Model Y, this 2024 model. Same as the old models. 2025 would be different, so just keep that in mind. Ordered this one from internet. Let's see what's in there. Take this one out, put it in there, and see what this is. Okay, looks like some tools to take the panels off, and then the harness. This is for the AMD processor, Ryzen. We'll see when we open it up how it all works. And then underneath that is this equipment. Well, we got some more stuff underneath it. So this is probably the connector that probably mounts inside, and then this thing goes over there. This one is likely the template using which we'll know where exactly it goes on the dashboard. So we'll leave all of these on the side for now. Put this down. Let's open this and see what's in here. Alright. So I just took a chance on this, so I'm not really sure what to expect. But okay, so this is how it looks. There is a connector at the back, and the one that I ordered, it connects to the air vent in the back. So the air goes in from here, and then it comes out right from underneath right here. So that's kind of cool, because you know, most of the other ones, they block air. This is a little bit more expensive. It's almost 10 inches, so it's pretty big. And the air comes out of here, so you always have air blowing on you when you're hot, right? So this is the one I have. We also have speaker in the back and additional connection in the back as well, as you can see. So we'll see how it works. Frankly, I'm not gonna open this, but you know, just a little bit. Screen looks pretty good, and the color matching is also pretty good with the dash, so I think it's gonna look good. Let's see how it looks. I'm gonna look at the instructions and see what needs to be done in terms of opening the dash and everything, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I hit a little bit of a snag. I did order a front camera with this, however I didn't get it, which I realized when I opened the box. So I've been trying to work with AliExpress to see if they can, you know, resolve that issue. But meanwhile, I decided to go ahead and install this. Front camera is, again, you know, not really necessary. We have plenty of cameras in Tesla, so I'm just gonna go ahead and install it, and then later on, if I feel like installing and I do get it from the vendor, then I'll install it. Otherwise, that be it. All right. Okay, so the first thing first, we're going to move the seats all the way to the back. So I think it's all the way back, so there's some space to work around here, right? And then we'll open this one here, and they gave us a nice little tool, so we're gonna use that to open it up. Okay, so it took a little bit of work, but the way you can do it is, when this is on, there's a little more space here, so you can squeeze it in and then move this all the way up and then pull it, and will come right out. Just little tags that go in place and lock it. So we'll do the same thing on the other side, and then once it's done, we have to remove this top screw right here, this one, and then if needed, remove this one, but we'll probably be okay with just removing this one. Now this is a Torx 20 screw, so fortunately I have that driver that came with my swivel mount when I installed it, so we'll use that. Much easier to take it out when you know the trick. So this is the second side. It came out really fast. The first one was a little bit harder because I didn't know where to insert this thing. Okay, I removed this holding screws from both sides. One thing to keep in mind, and this is surprising, it's just like you see. Left hand side, the driver's side, is the smaller screw, but on the right hand passenger side is the larger screw. So I'm also taking this video so I know which one goes where. Alright guys, I didn't record this part, me actually taking off the dash from here. It requires a little bit of an effort, and I didn't want to worry about like using one hand to record and the other hand just trying to open it up with one hand. But the way you do it is you open it up from one side, and I actually started from the other side. You pulled it out, came here, pulled it out, and then tilted it a little bit like this, and it came right out, right? So now it looks like this. I'm gonna put it in the back seat so it doesn't get scratched, but it came out in one piece, no problems at all. So I heard something drop down on the other side, so I'm gonna go check, you know, what it is. But let's see. All right, so yes, I think I know what I heard falling down. So there are clips like this right there, right? There's metal clips there, where it kind of fits in. And as you can see, as I was trying to pull it up, this one came loose, God knows how, and it fell inside. So I'm gonna have to live without that one, which is okay because I have screw here still that's gonna hold it in place, so I'm good with that. But again, you know, stupid Tesla build quality. All right, time to reveal the connectors and then run the wires right over here all the way to the back, and then connect the screen. I'll probably connect the screen before I run the wires and see if it works. So to do that, remove this what do you call the door seal, and then we'll also open this one up, which is where all the connectors are. So stay tuned. I can't say enough about this one. This is really nice mat. Order it, guys. I probably will just keep this here. This one just comes right out from what I've seen, so let's just take it out. So I'm gonna push it back in again, and then this one should also come off. Alright, so I had to remove this top piece, and then right there is the pin that I have to remove. They did give us a really nice tool to remove it, so hopefully this is gonna make the life easier, which it did. Let's see. Come on. It's not that bad. Well, this looks like the wrong size, so I might have to use two hands to get it out, so hold on. And it did. Just needed another hand to make it, to stabilize it, so it comes out. I'm gonna put it in this cup over here. Let's pull this out. Ooh, comes right off, right? Let's put it on the side. There's another one that we gotta remove, this one, so let's do it. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to use two hands again. Well, not really. And pull it on the side. Oh, look at that. That's the connector right there, the open connector where we're gonna connect everything, right? And then I think one of these is power, so let me figure out which one is the power, right? And then we'll make sure our screen works. We'll put it right here and see how it goes. So I'll be right back. So this harness is kind of quite a work. Look at this, how many connectors. But the good thing is this harness works on both types of Teslas, AMD and Intel. And it did come nicely labeled. So this right, it says AMD CAN, so that's great. So we're gonna plug it into the AMD one, and then I think there is, it also says somewhere here about the power plug. So here, interhost power plug. So we're gonna take the power plug out from here, right there, put the new one in, and that way we have power to our screen and, you know, power to the car as well. So before I do that, we need to turn the Tesla off. So let's do that. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna go safety, and then we're gonna power it off. Power off. Bye bye. And that's powered off. Okay, so this step is crucial, right? It goes without saying. Take your time, double check, triple check where you're connecting, what you're connecting, before we turn the Tesla on and check out the display, right? Because this could screw things up. All right, guys, so I had somebody come over, and so I, couldn't record this, but like I said, the harness is very well labeled. So here it says AMD power, and so this is where the original power was, which is right here. So you take it out, and then this harness, the new harness, AMD power goes in here, and then there's an open connection where goes the original connection, right? So that's that. And then AMD connector goes in here. This port was open right here, so we put the AMD connector in, and then another part that comes open, so you can connect more stuff if you wanted to, right? So I'm just gonna start sticking stuff in everywhere and start running the harness. I'll probably fix this later, but I started running the harness like here. Now I gotta figure out where to put the wire so it doesn't come in the way of putting the dashboard back in, right? So I'm gonna take a little bit of an effort to figure it out, and then I'll come back and report. So I know this is not one of the best videos, but what I try to do is I try to show you where there may be things that you probably want to take care of, and those little things sometimes you don't see in other professional installation videos. And I'm learning as I install, so hopefully it helps you out. Okay, so I found the clip that went missing. Anyway, it's hard to see, but it's right in there, and I think if I find a little piece of metal, I can push it out and it will come down off from here. I had to open there's a little door here that I had to open up, and right here, and it will come out from there. So I'm gonna give it a go, because I don't like a missing clip. So I used a little, a hanger to push it out from here, and it fell right out in here, right out of here. So I got my clip back. Makes me happy. Okay, so for this next part now, you probably want to refer to the installation instruction for your specific unit, but for me it goes right at the 25th hole, right? So I counted and put a painter's tape there, and then all these cables, you can just slide it in anywhere in between, like this right here, right? So you can put in any of the holes. Now to slide it in, these are numbered, so I'm gonna go in sequence, right? 1, 2, 3, and to do that, I'll wrap it around the cable and then push it through, right? If you try to push it through without wrapping it around, you're gonna rip it, right? And you don't want that. So let me put this in, and we'll be right back. Okay, so for before you put the wires through, this is something you want to be mindful of. Put this screen like that, so you know which holes is where those pins go, right? There are 4 of them. You don't want to block those when you put the wire through, right? So I just chose 3 in between the first 2. We're gonna take this mounting bracket that it came with, making sure that this raised clips are inside, and then pass all the cables through it, put it right on, and mount it. Okay, it's all connected, right? Don't drop it like I did. However, I'm not happy with the fit. You see that? It's hanging out a little bit on one side. So it's gonna be at an angle. I can straighten it out if I put it on a little bit on this side, but you know what, then it will be off center. So, well, you know, while I'm not happy with the fit, I think it will be better than what it was before, so I'm okay with it. Time to connect these cables now. Red goes to red, black goes to black. This yellow, I suspect, goes to the camera that it comes with, which I didn't receive. Right, so I'm gonna connect this. And when you plug these things in, if you notice, there's a slot right there. And then if you look at this, there is an arrow right there, right? You see it? Right there, right? And so you want to align that slot with the arrow, okay? Otherwise, you may break it if you push it too hard. Take the whole thing inside, and then I'm gonna need both my hands to put this on and make sure that cable that we ran the harness isn't coming in the way of any of the clips and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go in, figure all of that out, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so it's connected to the harness. I put the trim up here. Before I push it in completely, I'm gonna try it one more time out, make sure it works, right? So I'm gonna go like this. I think I pressed the thing, and then the power comes up. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, like I said, you know, it doesn't look that bad. I know the feed isn't optimum, but you know, I'm not gonna complain about it. So now all I need to do is just make sure all this harness is hidden, and then push this right in properly. This is where you want to spend the most of your time, right? Understand how the clips go in, like look underneath. As you can see, it just kind of glows right in. So you're gonna have to put in the back part in, and then kind of, you know, push it in like this. You see this part right here, that one goes in that pin clip, and then the same thing all around, right? So you just gotta remember where exactly it is. So I'm gonna take my sweet time, make sure that harness is first of all properly you know, put in so it doesn't come in the way, and then push this right in. I'm not gonna turn the power off now because everything is connected. I know it's working, and once everything is done, I'm gonna show you how this thing works, right? Alright, so putting this thing back in wasn't that bad. As far as you align the clips in the end towards the back first, and then you just simply push it down, like, you know, like you push it in and down, and it all goes in like very, very smoothly. So that all is gone. This is all done. I'm gonna put on those screws that we took out on the side, and then we'll take care of that. All we have to do is just tuck it in properly. I'll use this painter's tape to make sure that, you know, wires aren't like just kind of rattling around, and then we'll put everything back in, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how this thing works. All right, so one side is in. What I would suggest is that put this piece first. I know even though you take it out first, it's just easier to put this piece after, once you put this one on. So it's something to keep in mind, right? So Tesla build quality, right? Look at this. The gap is smaller, and then it gets bigger over there. So I mean, you're not gonna see it, but hey, you know, when you open it up, once you see it, you can't unsee it, right? There is another, once you see it, you can't unsee it, right? You see the gap? It looks good, but then it increases as it goes to the end. This is how it looks now. I got a really nice screen right up here. It shows me a bunch of things that I otherwise had to go see over here. I'm gonna see if I can make it a little bit brighter, and you know, frankly, I can see it. It's a touchscreen, so can't go wrong with it, right? I just have to learn a little bit how these things work. I can see the range, I can see the battery percent, and I'm pretty sure if I go like, well, I don't need to, but you know, I see both range and percent in there. I see what's going on in the car. Yeah, let me figure it out, and then I'll show you after I finish my setup. Alright, so let me point out a few things here. First of all, it only reads the data from Tesla. It cannot write, so you cannot change anything from the screen, right? So what you see is what the status is, right? The other thing is, to change anything, you have to have this disconnected from Bluetooth. And to connect to Bluetooth, you basically click on this button right here, and then it tells you what's the name of the Bluetooth device and that you need to connect to. And once you connect it, it automatically turns on your Android Auto. Right now I've disconnected it, so that's why you can't see the Android Auto portion of it. In a second I'll connect it and you'll see the difference does it make. On the left is your settings. So you go in here, this settings, and in settings, these are like pretty simple settings. This is what you see is the settings. That's all you have. Immediately you want to change the times to fit what time zone you are in. The temperature and pressure, you want to change it to US if you're in US. Car model doesn't really matter, you can put whatever color. Mine is gray, so I switched it to gray and then my car shows up gray. Day and night mode, I just said follow the car, so however car sets it, it's gonna get set up automatically. Front camera, I didn't get it, of course, so I turned it off. Hour system, I put in 12 hours, so it doesn't go in like military time. Speed limit I turned on. I don't know what it's gonna do, but I turned it on, so it's gonna show me what the speed limit is. Brightness, I kind of put it at 60%. Auto wasn't doing good job. Plate switch, plate doesn't apply to this model Y, so it's gonna be off. Audio output, I still have to play around with it. There are only two options. You can go to original Bluetooth or power amplifier. I believe that if you do the Bluetooth and you connect Tesla to it, it goes through Tesla's Bluetooth, so it goes through Tesla speakers. But if you do power amplifier, then this one has inbuilt speakers, and you can kind of play the sound separately from what Tesla is playing, right? And then phone link, when the phone is connected, how you want to see it, full screen, and you click on it, it's going to show split screen, right? So those are the two options, but every time you change it, it's going to restart. So I'm not going to do it. OTA upgrade is the first thing you want to do. There was an upgrade. Now to do the upgrade, there are instructions in there. You turn off your you go to the update screen, then you turn off your Bluetooth, and you turn on mobile hotspot, and it has to be named car, and the password has to be 1234567 and once you turn it on, it automatically connects to it and downloads the latest update and installs it, right? So pretty simple. But let's go back to return, and like I said, there's not much you can do here other than see what's going on. It does show you pretty cool visual of when the doors are open and when you close it, so which door is open, if the trunk is open. It's just gonna show all of that, which lights are on, how many miles, what's the temperatures, all the cool information. It's all in there, right? This one, it's not going to work Android Auto, but it also works with CarPlay. Let me connect to the Bluetooth and show you how it looks after I connect to the phone. So here we go, it's connecting to my phone now. It connected to my phone, and since I set it to full screen, the whole thing is now Android Auto. Let's see how maybe we can, if there's a way to see the car itself other than rather than the Android Auto. So I'm gonna try to swipe around. There's no instructions, unfortunately, right? So unfortunately there isn't much we can do, frankly. The good thing is once you are in full screen mode, you can like click here one more time. I think there's a way to make this full screen. Well, I guess not. Yeah, so here you go. I had to open the app again to make it full screen. It's really nice. I really love it. Such a big screen right in front of me with full Android Auto and Google Maps, and I think I can also now bring in Waze, which is what I like to use anyway. So let's see if my Waze is in here. So it's not there. I'm gonna have to download it and install it, but I can now get Waze as well. So we're gonna go back here and then we say maps, and now it's full screen maps, right? So super happy with it. If you want to see split screen, then obviously I'm gonna have to turn the Bluetooth off and then go to settings and change it to split screen, and then I will also see it in this portion of the screen, the speed limit and all that kind of stuff. But you know what, once you connect Android Auto, you'll also see your speed limits right in the maps if you have maps on. So not like you're gonna miss a whole bunch, but it's a preference at that point. All right guys, that's all I have. Thank you.